Thank you so much, the media friends. You have been the backbone to articulate what is happening in the department also. So perhaps I thought it'll be a Q&A session, but let me do the opening. You see in the streets as well as in front of the directorate also, then occasionally in the media also, at all media outlets, you have been seeing our teachers protesting. So right now, what you are seeing today is the RMSA 2010 and 13 batch, the mainstream group. They have collectively called themselves as the Nagaland Government Teachers Association, and they're protesting, and they say that their agitation will not stop till their demands are being given. Then last month we had the Anatji group also. They were also saying that they will also not stop their agitation till their demand is being given. So I just want to bring to the notice of the public that teachers, we have not only teachers, we have other grade 3, some of them are teachers, like for example, primary teachers, carpentry instructor, etc., fall under grade 3 category of employee. Then we have grade 4. Grade 4 are usually those MTS. So within the spectrum of the Department of School Education, we have 4 categories of workforce, including teachers and MTS. We have the regular employee, those are on the payroll of the government of Nagaland. Then we have the ad hoc teachers. Ad hocs usually they have been given a scale of pay. So this includes the Anatji group, where government has given them a scale of pay. Then we have the third one, which is contract teachers. Most of them are running under schemes, so central schemes. So this will include most of the Nagaland Government Teachers Association. Then we have the contingency, who are the fixed employees. So most of these are usually in the category of grade 4, but we don't see them protesting. So they are given a fixed pay. Many of them have retired from fixed pay also. Fixed pays are given based on the Nagaland Minimum Wages Act, which is either skilled or unskilled. So most of them, those who are in contingency or fixed pay, they are getting about 5,200, 6,200, etc., which is not enough to run their family. But they are all part of the inheritance of what we have done before. So the directorate, every time you will see that something is wrong with the school education department. So it appears that the system is wrong. I can say that the system is not wrong. What is wrong is that the design of how we are running the directorate, how we are running our school education is technically flawed. And the design is wrong because it was not based on what do we call data-driven governance or data-driven administration of our human resources. So today, I just want to clarify that many of the demands of the teachers are reasonable, some are unreasonable. For example, I've sat with almost all the different groups, including those whom we don't see in the newspapers. I just want to clarify that the Anatji group, they came to me, I had a meeting with them, I said, I can talk to you leaders, but you go and communicate with your own team members. Otherwise, I can come and meet all of you because earlier they were protesting from Naga Solidarity Park because there are communication gaps. And I totally understand that these teachers who are on the streets, I am sympathetic to them. It's my business, it's my job to defend my teachers. It is my responsibility to take care of them. But I've also explained to them that there are two things here. One is the despair, the anger, the long period of requesting the government to act on something. And I totally empathize with them because there are people who are very simple from their home. They go straight to their classrooms and they know nothing, or in many cases, they are not familiar with how government functions. Then the other aspect of how things work is the rule of law, which no government will take a decision. I can assure you very well that in the previous, what do we call, mainstreaming of the erstwhile teachers who are sponsored by the government of India, we appointed 5,069 en masse, and it was done through departmental recruitment. During those days, there was no NSSP, there was no exams conducted under NPSC. So out of the 5,069, I can assure you very well that the department advertised some posts, but without advertisement also, many of them were, what do we call, given employment. So this is part of the third category who are under contract scheme. So the Nagaland Government Teachers Association, what they are demanding today is that their salary be given from state plan. And I think this is not their prerogative. This is totally the prerogative of the government of the day. Right now, we are getting some support from the government of India through the Ministry of Education. And if we convert all this into state plan, it will have lots of financial repercussions amongst our budgeting system also. So long as they are getting their salary, I think what we have done for them today, it's enough. It's a step-by-step basis. And what they are asking us today is literally pointing a gun at our head and asking us to take a decision. I will also say the same thing with the Anadji group. Anadji group, we appointed 2,483. And all these were not through advertisement. So those Anadji group who are there on the street, they claim themselves that they are representing 1,116. But as per our figure, it is not even 1,166. It is 1,119. Some unfortunately had expired. Some they had given up their job. So this does not include the rest, which is about another 1,300 more. So I do not know why the other 1,300 are not part of this group. But total, the Anadji group, it should be 2,483. We had regularized all of them. You see, they were all, technically, I've spoken to them and I told them the truth also. You were all backdoor appointees. You were all appointed because of your link with either politicians or through your network, through bureaucracy, or nobody was appointed through any proper formal channel. But since they had also given a lot of their years, and many of them, they had given, been dedicated, they have taken care of our children. And so the government has decided that we will not necessarily reward them, but also given their necessity, we had regularized them, and we had started giving their pay off scale. Now what is happening with Anadji group is that they are again part of another group which government of Nagaland had taken up. So the total number of backdoor appointees comes to 3,364, which represents 42 departments. Our department alone is 2,483. 41 departments, the backdoor appointees are 881. So technically speaking, these are all backdoor appointees. But the government of the day, we had decided to regularize them, and accordingly, we had given them regularization, and the process is already on. So from our departmental side, that is Department of School Education, we had asked them to submit their papers. And when I say submit their papers, many of them, those days, they had just come with an application and jobs were given to them. In many cases, many of them have not even submitted their mark sheets. So technically in the department, which is PNR, Personal and Administrative Reforms, their papers are not there. So we have been asking you submit your papers. And since the government has taken a decision, we will accordingly distinct. I would also like to recollect the Uma Devi case, which is a court case. The Uma Devi case clearly says that those who were backdoor appointees after 2006, they will not be entitled to get regularization. The government of the day, that is headed by our Honorable Chief Minister, Dr. Kekhrielhoulie, we had been magnanimous, so we had taken a cabinet decision, we had taken a legislative decision, and we had circumvented this Uma Devi's case, and we had given them enough. So I think this Anadji group, there is a sense of impatience in them, but I can outrightly say that they do not know the government procedures. Number two, they are unwilling to understand the government procedures. Number three, they are acting like ruffians out on the street, which is very unfortunate. So I told them, how many of you teachers have you put your children in our government schools? Nobody raised their hand. I don't think they are caring about our government school children. They're just out there, and this is more like a very outlandish statement that they have more fun collecting themselves. and children are suffering in our government schools. And so I had already appealed to them, and various civil society organizations, we had appealed to them. From the PNR, which is another department, they have divided the regularization processes into 3 stages. The first stage is all teachers, they have to submit their appointment order, then they have to submit their regularization order against vacancy, and they have to submit release order. We are in talk with finance department, with PNR department also. At many times, it's difficult to get release order. You will recollect that Nagaland state was built by people from outside the state, people from all over India, whether it is teachers or in the administration. Many of them had retired. So we went to AG also to find out whether we can get release order. Many of them had retired long time back. So the idea of what is called release order, technically it is not possible. So that we had already communicated to PNR department also. And so we are working with that. The PNR, they had asked for medical fitness and APAR. Now, many of our teachers do not even know APAR. So APAR is not our responsibility. That is the responsibility of every concerned teachers. We have been asking, submit your papers, and we had also, what do we call, open up a clearinghouse mechanism by opening some exclusive rooms in our directorate for them to submit their papers. But as I said, many of their teachers are ignorant about this. And as per PNR's communication, physical verification will take place. That is, they have to physically bring their mark sheets, their original mark sheets. After that, what the government does is, we will send it to all different boards, universities, whether it is here in Nagaland or outside the state. If they are found to be submitting what do we call irregular or what do we call fake certificates, they will be terminated. Not only terminated, they will be asked to reimburse whatever entitlements or emoluments they have been receiving till today. So that is how things work. So till today, out of the 2,483, only 1,166 are protesting, and out of this, 235 teachers, they have submitted their papers. So PNR had already cleared 100 of them. So we are asking them. So I've asked the Anadji team, you please, instead of forcing the government to fix a date for you, you fix a date for yourself and communicate to me when you can submit all your papers. You see, so there are a lot of miscommunication, and I can assure you very well, many of them do not even have certificates. So this is something which we cannot say we will regularize you and then. In the past, what we have done is, without data-driven support, the government takes a decision, and then the government, when you translate that into financial matters, because every problem has financial implications. So today, I'm very happy that we are headed by a lot of capable officers. Now we are data-driven. We are able to inform our government that we will be able to translate financial implications also. Right now, the Anadji group, which composes of 1,119 teachers, they are getting a salary support of 72.83 crores from the government of Nagaland. Now, in 5 years' time, this will jump up to 5,043 crores. So the enormity of all this, the government of the day will handle all these cases, but we are able to guide all this. Now, regarding the Nagaland Government Teachers Association, I cannot simply understand why they want to let the state pay their salary. I think that's a very unreasonable thing. Till today, they have been getting their salary, and insofar as their salary emoluments are being gathered, we get from Government of India money in 4 installments. So in 2024, Government of India did not give the 4th installment. So last year, fortunately, we could get our 4th installment. This year also, we are heading to Delhi to get our 4th installment. Now, when Delhi does not give the 4th installment, the state government takes care of their salary. So this is something which Government of India and Government of Nagaland, as part of the fiscal federal relationship, we have been working on things. I also want to bring to your notice what do we call the issue of the state of finances regarding our school education. School education, which is excluding technical education, higher education, school education alone. Soon we are going to present our budget. You can calculate yourself. Outwardly, it appears very healthy. 8.3 to 8.5 of our state budgeted allocation goes to school education alone, which is very high, very extremely healthy. But where are all this money going? All this money are going into what do we call teachers' salary. Between 2020 and 2025, we have calculated 5 years of the past expenditure. The state has budgeted, from the state budget alone, the state has allocated 7,891.36 crores for the school education department alone. From the center, we could get 1,535.57 crores. So in the past 5 years alone, the school education had consumed 9,426.93 crores alone, which is like 573 crores short of 10,000 crores. And this is huge. This is crazy. I can assure you this is crazy. I can assure you very well that we have teacher shortages at all levels. Take the example of the Hindi teachers. So many Hindi teachers were recklessly appointed. Now what we were doing was, we were doing a crazy thing, like we run our own Nagaland Hindi Institute. And this is not recognized by Government of India, NCTE. And we had given them certificates, we had given them training, and we have brought them inside the system. So if it is like a certificate from a private institute, we feel sorry for them. But this is our own government's doing. And we had appointed more than 1,500 teachers. And Delhi does not recognize these teachers because these teachers are not holding the proper, what do we call, required certificate to be teaching Hindi. So we approached Government of India and said, what can we do? This is our backlog. This is the difficulty, our foolishness. And Government of India has been magnanimous because we had started the bridge course for 300 Hindi teachers. 300 of them had finished their bridge course. So now Delhi recognizes their certificate. So it is saving our state department 15 crores. The next batch is there. But I can assure you very well, many of our Hindi teachers do not even know how to read any Hindi text. So what we will do is we will conduct departmental exams. We will have what do we call our own internal audit system. And then I can assure you very well, we cannot put these people on the job force for 35 years and destroy our children. We will have no other compunction but to immediately terminate once all necessary procedures are being done. So out of the state's budgeted account for the 5 years, only 0.48% of our state's expenditure are spent on capital infrastructure investment. Now what Delhi is giving us, we are spending about 14.26% of Delhi's grant to us for capital infrastructure investment. So you can understand very well that most of our schools were built in the 60s, 70s, 80s. We are not able to take care of our school buildings. They are all in wretched conditions. Many of the schools are in wretched conditions. That I can understand. But I can also understand the finance department, government of Nagaland, because nobody wants to give money to us. The RMSA group, the implication right now, if there are, what if we are going to conform to what they are saying, we will not be able to get another 80 crore plus from Delhi. Because once the state government takes care of their salary, Delhi will not give us that amount. So that will become a liability for the state. So the RMSA group, which were protesting last year, we had calculated till the last person who retires, what will be the financial implication? And we are here taking into what do we call inflation rates also. We are taking into consideration the ROP rate also. The group which were protesting last year, they will cost the state 313 crore till the last person who retires. Today, I can assure you very well that amongst the workforce we have so many teachers, but within the age group of 21 to 30 years, our young age group is very, very low. So I'm very concerned about young, what do we call the age group, which is in the youngest gap. Amongst the total employee, it is about 2.9% of the total workforce. So today, we immediately need to bring all this transitional, all this inheritance to a closure. What the government of the day can do, we are doing at our best. But this ruckus out there on the street, behaving like hooligans and not going back to their school. I am at one particular point of time totally in sympathy, in empathizing with them. But at another level, many departments, especially our PNR, finance, and especially our state bureaucracy, in fact, even other politicians, they are very unhappy with their unruly behavior because our children are getting affected. Our children, we have started our school, and most of these children, they are from the most difficult part of our society. And these people, they are the abandoned group. So the love and care which our teacher needs to be doing that, I think it has to follow a certain sense of what do we call? So there are also suggestions that we implement the dues non. The dues non is a procedure where we ask the teachers to go back to their own workplace. We will create monitoring system. If they are absent and if they need to apply for leave, they have to apply leave. But if they are consistently absent from work without application for leave, then we will have to issue them suspension letter and the due process of law will follow. But what is critical about the dues non in service rule is their consistency will be broken. So their service, there will be what do we call a service break. And once there is service break, they will not be able to get their remuneration. So the Anatji group had gone over their salary. The lowest they're getting about 50,000 and it goes to about 85,000. So I can assure you that so many people who are under the contract and they're all ad hoc now, they're getting scale of pay. So I've asked them also not to do the comparison because the ad hoc who are getting scale pay, they're comparing it with the regular teachers. Now, those who are in the third category, that is the contract or the scheme. Many of them are getting pathetic salary. Some of them are getting 20,000. Some of them are getting 31,000 fixed pay. So I've told them the evil of this comparison. As their advisor, I've assured them that I, who had inherited this, I cannot say that this happened long time back. I cannot say that these are not my problem. These are very much the problems of our problem. This, the government of the day, it's our job to take care of all these things. But the rule of law is there. For example, the Uma Devi case, it goes totally against them. Under no cases under the Uma Devi case, and this is outside us. This is a court order. And government of Nagaland, if you don't comply, we will get what do we call contempt. So our teachers, what they have come out with is ludicrous issues. Like, for example, they are refusing to go for suitability tests. I said, you may have done suitability tests, but you need to go for suitability tests because unless you go for suitability tests, we will be going against the court. If you don't want to go for suitability tests, you go and approach the court and say that you will not do suitability tests. Immediately you will be terminated. You see, so as I said, our teachers are very stubborn, very simple also, but they are not willing to listen to anybody. So I, who have been a teacher, I understand my stubbornness equally. So I understand that our teachers, without understanding how government procedures takes place, they are equally stubborn. So that is about what is happening. It is the government's job to take care of them. I just also want to highlight about one particular case. The cabinet subcommittee, they had formed what we call the cabinet subcommittee on temporary PIMS. Outrightly through court order also, there was a standing court order saying that appointments, backdoor appointments, except through NSSB or through NPSC, should be completely banned. This is not government of Nagaland's instruction. This is straight from the High Court and Supreme Court. So it has come to our notice that a subcommittee has been formed. So many people have been appointed despite and in spite government court order. So from our end, we have recommended to the government that of the 668 who are temporarily given PIMS under the T4 category, they should all be terminated. I can assure you very well that we have teacher shortages at some level. For example, specialized skills like chemistry, organic, inorganic professors, or physics, or mathematics. It is very difficult for us to get teachers, even government teachers, because sufficiently our Nagas, we are not qualified. We have not gotten the necessary degrees for all this. But I can assure you that primary teachers, even if you chunk out 2,000 teachers, we will not have a teacher shortage at the primary level. So I can tell you very well that the baggages which we have accumulated over all these years, this has created a lot of financial implications for us. And the manner and the pattern and the genealogical history under which teachers were able to take to the streets and put to ransom the government, this has been a pattern. So I can assure the teachers that we empathize with them, we understand their difficulties, but henceforth, this kind of ruckus, this kind of, what do we call, this is not a movement. These all have to follow due process of law, and it is our job to take care of them, and it is my responsibility and our government's responsibility to take care of them. But we are reconsidering their movements, and it is my appeal to all the teachers, please be reasonable. We have told them, be patient. I, for one, I don't assure people. I cannot assure them. I've told them, I will not give you timelines. The high-powered committee which was instituted, they were using this as what do we call their specific entry point. I said the higher power committee, it was constituted to listen to you and to put it up to the government. And after putting it up to the government, they will have the concurrence of the school education department, the concurrence of PNR department, the finance department, and ultimately the law and justice department. And then the government of the day has to take a decision. The high-powered committee cannot give you any assurance. So you were not only misled, you have failed to understand the high-powered committee. Same case with the RMSA case who were protesting last year. The High Court, they had given a judgment. I said the due process of legality has to be followed. So now the Supreme Court will give their judgment. Then the Supreme Court will direct the government of Nagaland how to go about. Without exhausting all legal procedures, the RMSA, they saw a small light in the High Court order, and they were trying to push us to the wall and force us to do things. So today I can assure you very well that no decisions will be taken without following due process of law. There are rules of law, there are service matters, the days of our foolishness, the days of how we were without a data-driven mechanism to create governance, create service reforms, all these were not there. Now, I'm proud to say that we are totally data-driven. So I can assure you very well that we understand the cases of all our teachers in all singularities. Thank you all so much. We have not yet calculated what will be the implication for this, what do we call, the total who were appointed was 5,069. And if you look at RMSA also, we had formed the WENO committee. The WENO committee, we had studied all RMSA cases by, so it is not like RMSA is one group. There are so many different date of births. We have about 13 batches of them based on their appointment. Then we have what do we call appointments based on graduate teachers, undergraduate teachers, or primary teachers, physical education teachers, vocational educators. So we have segregated all this, but the mainstreaming has taken place because many of them qualified. We had PNR had vetted, so it is this group. So those were the groups which were protesting last year. The financial implications for them will be 313 crore till the last one who retires. So that is with last year's group. Now with this present group, the present group, it is an amalgamation of the 2010 and 2013 batch RMSA cases. So we are yet to descend, but definitely their emoluments are decent enough just now. The government is and will have to take care into consideration. From Government of India, the Samagra 2.0 effectively will end on 31st March this year. So Delhi will now roll out Samagra 3.0. So we have to wait for what are the new mechanisms, especially the fiscal federal relationship with Government of India, Ministry of Education, and the government of Nagaland. So we will have to consider that. So I've told them, even if you're there shouting on the street, we cannot be taking any decision just now because we have to wait and we need to have patience there. After?
There are gaps.
Yeah. It is very clearly written in their appointment order. You should catch hold of their appointment orders that they are temporary. Anytime they can be thrown away. It depends on. So I think the rules of their engagement was very clear. And as I said, it is not like Delhi is giving us what do we call the financial grant every month. It comes in what do we call 4 installments. So many times I don't want my teachers to suffer. So we have been borrowing from the finance department also. Insofar as salary is concerned, I know that is their only mainstay. So we have approached finance department also, and we have been trying to provide their salary on time. I will also like to recollect that a couple of years back, they were not getting their salary for many years. We are trying to address all this, but their appointment very clearly says that they are part of the central scheme. So the central government has to bear their salary. Initially, Delhi was supporting 100% salary. Now, Delhi now supports, after every year, the support salary component has been coming down. Right now, government of Nagaland is bearing 56%, 54% of their salary component, and Delhi is bearing 46% of their salary component. And I feel bad for my teachers because, you see, we are not able to give, what do we call, increase their destiny also because the manner in which they were all appointed. If we were not financially ready to appoint so many teachers or take care of so many teachers, in the first place, we should not have appointed them a long time back. The rules were very clear when government of India said, we will give you 100% salary component, but every year we will deduct 5%, and ultimately government of Nagaland has to take care of all their salary. We should have said, we will not take this kind of scheme, we will not take this kind of financial grant. But we went the ballistic way, and we appointed 5,069, and today we are suffering financially because of all those. So I'm not blaming anyone, even my predecessors or whoever it is, but a lot of unhealthy things happen in the department. So we are cleaning the picnic spots of those who literally feasted and created financial burden for us today. Uh, we get to hear that, especially in the medical department, when they send 3 or 4 doctors to an outpost, they do rotational system like one doctor takes care of things, then after 2 weeks another doctor comes. I'm not encouraging that. I can assure you very well that that rooster system technically it's impracticable with school education system. The entire teacher has to enter the classroom every day. So there can be no rooster system as far as school education is concerned. So the Anat G group, it affected 789 of our schools. So there will be 1 teacher shortage. In some schools, there were 2 teacher shortages. So we had already checked out all those. So unfortunately, other teachers will have to do the rooster system. But as I said, rooster system is something which is impracticable. So usually they have early chuti.
Energy group is over, but now the AGTA is going on and the exams are going on. How are you managing that?
So as I said, mentioned just now, the department, we had already spoken to them. Their demands are impossible, I can assure you. And I can assure you very well that a lot has been taken care of them, and what they are asking is something out of the blue. Even this we cannot understand. So we ask for financial concurrence, and the finance department is what do we call very clear about this. So actually, this matters. Instead of approaching us, they should have approached the Department of Finance, which is privy to how their salary should be paid. From our ends, what we could have done, we had done for them. So I think uh, it is becoming more like a merry-making, you see, collectivism is coming and creating all this kind of, I think it's very unfair because their children are, our children are there in the schools. So what we will do is we will take a political decision. We will take the concurrence of our government also, and we may have to do something which I can assure very well it will go against them, because what they're asking for something is impossible, and literally putting a gun against the department head and saying we will not retract if you don't do this. This the department will say we have no choice. We cannot do anything.
So if we look back, the same government that is in power now was also in power back then, especially for the teachers that are now protesting. So the political decision that you are now saying should be made, I mean, decisions were also made back then when appointments of these teachers were made, right? What difference is it going to make this time then?
Wine and bottles, you are getting confused. We have rebranded ourselves. Maybe the same people or some of the same people may be there, but as that famous Greek philosopher, you don't step in the same river twice. So it's a totally different government.
The city of Nagaland about year, let's say last year batch, 2015, I think the Supreme Court has recently passed an order, right, disposing of the case.
The Supreme Court has disposed their case. So in a way, we will have to now follow the court's order. We are waiting for the court to give us direction. We will implement it in spirit. It is our job to take care of our teachers, as I said.